These are the surprising faces of three geezers who some of the most notorious mobsters, hitmen, arms dealers, narcos, and money launderers relied on to keep them safe. From fugitive Irish super cartel patriarch Christy Kinahan to international hitman Christopher Hughes, with a rogues gallery of gangsters, traffickers, gun runners, and bagmen in between, they all trusted these three with their lives, or at least with their freedom. The trio had a prized gangland specialty, a hugely important one. You see them at work on it here, caught on hidden cameras. They're plottingly tricking governments into issuing perfectly clean, genuine, authorized passports bearing the photos of villains on the run, but in other people's names, allowing them to travel the world doing dirty deeds while avoiding arrest. The mob reporter here with the story of the rise and fall of a criminal enterprise in Britain with a sharply bureaucratic edge. Old-timer specialists supplying the gold standard in bogus identification. That's fraudulently obtained genuine passports. I've got surveillance video. I've got wiretaps. Let me tell you about it. Meet Anthony Beard, 61, from Sydenham, London. He's the crooked passport king, the brains of the organization. Long ago, Beard figured out a sneaky way to get a real passport legitimately issued for almost anyone, in the name of a real clean person, but with the photo of someone else who isn't so clean. He boasted he's been doing it for 20 years. But for Beard to expand into the richer clientele of gangland's elite, he needed help. Meet Christopher Zatek, 67, of London. Zatek was the black market salesman, the broker between Beard and the gangsters. He's the hard man of this lot, with street cred and underworld contacts. Under his former name of Christopher McCormack, he was an enforcer in one of London's biggest crime groups, known as the Addams Family. Zatek's association with the Addams Family was a powerful calling card in Europe's underworld, but he needed a henchman. Meet Alan Thompson, 72, of Sutton, Surrey. He was Zatek's lackey, or henchman, because what's the point of being all gangster if you don't have a henchman? Thompson was his chauffeur, driving Zatek to meet clients, delivering passports, and doing other legwork. It's a mouthful, but fraudulently obtained genuine passports are simply authentic passports issued by a government when the passport office is duped by false information. They look and feel legit because they are legit. They're the real deal. Not doctored up by switching photos or changing names like you see in the movies, or printing counterfeits. These days, those can be spotted in seconds. No, Beard figured out that to get bogus legitimate British passports requires legitimate British citizens to apply to renew their old ones. Renewals of expiring passports don't require an in-person interview, like getting a new one does, allowing a window for fraud. The passport gang just needed identity donors, people willing to let them hijack their names. They scoured shelters and rehab centers, offering small amounts of cash to vulnerable winos, drug addicts, and men down on their luck who were reasonable lookalikes for their gangland clients. The gang then attached photos of their gangland clients with the passport application being made in the donor's name. There was a side hustle in Latvian passports and talk of Irish passports too. Clients paid up to 20,000 British pounds for one. That's about 25,000 US dollars. And what kind of clients were they serving? One of the world's most wanted for starters, Irish crime boss Christy Kinahan, the alleged patriarch of the Kinahan cartel. He bought one, police said. I suspect that was before the US government put a $5 million bounty on Kinahan. With the luck of the Irish, though, Kinahan managed to avoid the downfall that eventually hit many of the passport gang's clients. The scheme was discovered in 2017, and Britain's National Crime Agency launched a significant covert operation. Beard was caught on hidden camera several times, deep in the drudgery of his paper chase.
Come back in 20 minutes.
About that, yeah.
Oh, you're an angel.
There's all the prices and sizes.
Here he is in Snappy Snaps. That's a photo printing business in England, arranging for passport photos. He was also caught recruiting donors and meeting clients. You see those scenes playing here. Beard was also recorded calling His Majesty's Passport Office, pretending to be the applicant, trying to hurry things along. It seems some of his clients were impatient, and who can blame them? They had places not to be. Here's one of Beard's calls.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Her Majesty's Passport Office. You're speaking with Jillian. How can I help you?
Yeah, I want to check the progress of my passport. Let me, please.
Yeah, what's your reference number? Do you have one?
Yes, I do. It's 102 072450.
And just confirm your first and last name for me.
It's Christopher Lloyd.
That's great. Yeah, it's still with the examiner just now. It's still going through checks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, is there nothing, because he's coming up for 3 weeks next week, right?
Meanwhile, wiretaps were slipped into JTEC's home, where they picked up their slang and code words, paper for applications, books for passports, and smudges for passport photos. From then on, the game was up, and this is perhaps the most remarkable part of the story. The geezers who gangsters once relied on suddenly became their biggest liability. Penetrating the passport gang revealed to police the fake names and real passport numbers the clients were using. The NCA placed covert international alerts for them. Christopher Hughes was wanted for assassinating Dutch crime writer Martin Koch in Amsterdam in 2016. Here is the fraudulently obtained genuine Latvian passport he bought from the gang. JTEC paid a woman he knew well to deliver it to him in Portugal, wrapped up to make it look like a Christmas present. But by then the cops were all over them. Once the woman checked in her bag for her flight, police secretly retrieved the passport, found JTEC's DNA on it, and put it back. The woman delivered it to Hughes in a hotel in Portugal. He was later arrested in a hotel in Italy. He has since been convicted and serving a life sentence. Paul Scott, a member of Scotland's top-of-the-food-chain crime gang, was on the run in 2018, using one of the gang's passports, while most of the rest of his gang were on trial for this hyperactive glut of crime. When Scott checked into a hotel in Spain, his passport secretly tripped the alarm in England. He was arrested, extradited, and is now in prison. Similar scenes of unexpected and inexplicable arrests played out around the world. Fugitives were bagged across Europe, in Dubai, Australia, Thailand, and Brazil. Jordan Owens was wanted for murder after a gang shooting in Glasgow in 2017. He fled Britain using a passport from the gang. This one, a genuine United Kingdom passport with Owens' photo but someone else's name. He was nabbed when the passport gang unraveled. He was arrested in Lisbon and recently given a life sentence. There were others. More than 100 passports went out.
Subject to time, premises clear.
Okay.
Members of the passport gang themselves were arrested in October 2021. This is JTEC's arrest. There were 24 originally arrested, but the number was whittled down, including 4 acquitted at trial. The 3 passport geezers were sentenced this week. JTEC, the hard man, got 8 years in prison. Beard, the brain, got 6, a gift for pleading guilty. And Thompson, the gopher, got 3. Please share a link to this video on social media to give it a boost, and like, comment, and subscribe. Tap the thanks button to send me a tip. And thanks for watching to the end.